What's up, Mathis? It's your boy, Lavis May, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. And I'm here with my boy, Tori Afro coming 765. How are you doing today, my guy?
You already know. Here to talk wrestling. It's always a fun day. We're having an eventful episode for you guys. Lots of stuff going on in the world. Lots of changes coming. Possible swerves.
The wrestling world is changing. If you don't know, Stone Cold is rumored to come back for WrestleMania. What?
Woo.
Cody Rhodes. Apparently AEW everybody announced he's going. All the wrestling show tributes. A lot of thank yous, a lot of things, a lot of AEW fans. I saw a bunch of AEW fans laughing, talking about y'all can keep me with mid anyway.
Yep, go away, Heat.
I saw a lot of WWE fans excited, and then everybody like, oh, you got AEW wrestlers now? Which confused some WWE fans, because they're like, oh, he was in WWE for 9 years.
I was saying, he was Stardust first.
So a lot of different stuff
around. Home if he shows up.
Yeah, so, and plus, it's rumored that he might be there next week, according to some rumors. Now, I just saw
that would be crazy.
That he might show up next week. Who do he fight? I wish Triple H was healthy, because that was
I was going to say, Triple H is Randy Orton.
Oh, that'd be a good one. He just show up and just go.
I don't know. Was Matt Riddle involved though?
I'm trying to think.
We're gonna have Cody show up for a toga party.
I'm trying to think. How could you do it? We know AJ Styles probably going against Edge, which will be a classic WrestleMania match.
Yeah,
KO might be against Kevin
Owens. Have history too, though. If you think about it,
they do.
So
I'm thinking AJ Styles versus Edge, because I think everybody just want to see that match.
Yeah, we've never seen it.
And you put that at WrestleMania, and then you put like Kevin Owens, Stone Cold. You got like a real life superhero. By the way, we're gonna show you that. We're gonna show an argument between Monte and Tori later on. I'm gonna say with it, but that WrestleMania might go crazy.
It very well could.
You talking about selling people? AJ Styles, Edge, Cody Rhodes doing something with somebody. If
Cody does pop up that soon, I guess it's true, and TK really isn't hitting boys with the 90-day non-compete.
What I'm saying is, well, he technically been gone since December 31st, right?
Oh, no, because he came back into the match with Sammy for the belt.
No, he said that's a handshake agreement. He's like, I'm wrestling without a contract.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
like, so yeah, he could. So it could very well.
I've seen this theory though. You know, when AEW first started, Cody Rhodes said that for the tenure of his AEW career, he would not go after the world title. What if he has just left the company just to come back, and now he's found a loophole and can challenge for the world title?
That would be interesting. But what I'm thinking is, I've been seeing a lot of reports that Tony Khan actually has a budget, and that Cody, I know everybody like money bag, but from even what I heard from his dad, he gave him a certain amount of money to do it with. And like, play with your toy, have fun with it, whatever.
So you're thinking it's probably along the lines of Cody didn't get the money he thought he deserved, and he decided to.
Yeah, and everybody knows TK money ain't all in wrestling. Vince is.
He's got a football team and an actual soccer team. So,
and he got more than that too. They got.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They got like the bumper company that they got to put time into, and the one that actually makes the money.
Oh, and like I told you, I'm gonna take this time for a small retraction, because I told Zelma beforehand. I went back. I watched the match without my feelings in it. And though I stand by Keith Lee being a little out of shape, it was probably one of the better debuts.
It was good.
He had just hyped up everything else so much that it really took away from like that moment. But if you go back and look at it, and also to tie in, I love that he's calling it the Uncle Phil Beal, because it reminds everybody of how Uncle Phil used to throw DJ Jazzy Jeff out of the house. So Isaiah Cassidy was the first person to take the Uncle Phil Beal in AEW. So we'll see how that goes over.
Yeah, that
But
was.
yes, Keith Lee's debut was good. The show was just overhyped, and shout out to Jay White. So
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, it's a lot of possibilities. Like I said, Tony TK has a budget. He's doing a lot of signings that probably cost money, and I don't know if
yeah, a lot of free agents out there, a
Brandy.
lot of amazing talent out there.
Yeah, and if he
Like
actually
he's
has a
literally
budget,
he's this is probably the best free agent market we've seen in wrestling in decades. I think that can safely be said. There are a lot of top tier wrestlers that don't have jobs right now.
I heard Isaiah Swerve had something at 8 o'clock, so let's see what he said. But yeah, apparently,
I hope it's not more
TFL.
music.
Why you hating on that man music? Isaiah Swerve put money signs by Cody Rhodes thing, but everybody interested in where Cody Rhodes
It's an
going with Cody
interesting
Rhodes.
time for sure.
The things that's so crazy about it is okay. It's a website. He put out a website
Oh,
with
okay.
with some clothes. I just
At
want to
least
see
it's not more music. He's amazing in the ring. On the mic, yeah.
This is big because I think it's huge because it was big like the Shane story was last week.
Yeah.
He's EVP.
That's the real big part. Because what does that mean? But I don't feel like, honestly, in my honest opinion, AEW is probably better off without Cody.
They need it. I don't want to sound disrespectful, but probably better off without Christian.
Oh, there ain't no.
Chris Jericho, please go
listen,
back to
Chris Jericho. Please, y'all go stream Fozzy. Get this man on a world tour. Get him off of
go
our
back
television.
to WWE and do like some weird comedy sketches with lists or something.
Because if Wednesday comes and Santana and Ortiz lose that tag team match, man,
you ought to see the group chat when everybody be like, "Hey, this segment was okay, even though it wasn't good." Just to get them away from him. And I'm like,
yeah, because Santana and Ortiz are an amazing tag team. I'm a big fan of tag team wrestling, and they are an amazing tag team. They are just bogged down. Like, I understand the beginnings of the Inner Circle. It sort of helps get them over to the audience at large, but bro, they're there. Let them. They deserve a belt run.
What? I'm just looking at some stuff right now, but yeah,
Chris Jericho's he's gonna be bad for business when it's all said and done, because all he's done so far is leech off of these younger talents, in my opinion. Whether it was the MJF storyline or the him and Sammy storyline, which was him leeching off of Sammy and MJF simultaneously, when they could have just had a feud to themselves that would have been good for both of them. But Chris Jericho, even if, and I know Zell May won't agree with this, but even if we just got to keep him to Rampage commentary, if we can get him out of the ring, I'm behind it.
Oh my God, dude, he's worse on commentary. Don't do that.
No.
I had to go watch Rampage on mute, dog. I cannot. I don't want to watch my wrestling on mute.
You damn near watch it on mute already.
I can't watch it on mute. I just come off Pat McAfee entertaining me, randomly bringing out a dictionary.
Yeah, go straight into I just don't understand why they have so many people on that announce table. Why do you need, if literally you could just do
check out Chris Jericho and I'm happy.
Just do Excalibur and Taz and you're fine. You got Tony Schiavone and JR and Excalibur for your main show. You have Excalibur and Taz do the Friday show. But
TK said he's making a lot of cuts now. He announced that last week. He said he kept a lot of people on the roster because it was a pandemic, and
which
he didn't want them.
That's good stuff. You know what I mean? Shout out to him for not, because that's what we already talked about this. He's doing something that a lot of promoters don't do nowadays, and he's actually letting these contracts expire. There's no cut clauses. These people are working as long as they were told they were going to work, which is a lot to say for the wrestling industry.
Yeah, and he said he let him work because he didn't want him without check. He plenty rich. He make money not off AEW anyway. It's not like it's like if he lose money, like
he's rich forever. That's real wealth.
Like I got a real job that pay me like serious money. I just do this on the side type money.
Literally.
Like I own my dad owns a bumper place that makes like billions of dollars a year. I don't think like when WWE brag
And
about
we
the
ain't
bumper
quitting
company
driving
make
cars no time soon, so it's a pretty safe
yeah.
market.
WWE bragging about $1 billion. We've been making billions for 20 years. So
Yeah, literally.
so like this, they bragging about it. We do this. This is just a side hustle, which kind of worries me. Like I talked about last week,
Vince
kind of
McMahon
worries me.
tried his hand at football. We saw how that ended.
And then The Rock bought it. So I think the XFL will be better because I feel like The Rock, after seeing the Super Bowl, he gonna have a lot to do with the NFL and the XFL gonna like partner in a way.
That could be smart, honestly.
Because I saw The Rock on a lot of Super Bowl stuff, and I'm like, don't he own a competition? But I guess like the XFL be like, I guess it'd be like they G League now. I guess
That could be something.
yeah. So and then be like full of entertainment and stuff. And The Rock know how to entertain. The Rock is very wealthy.
That's a fact.
He might come and they said The Rock, so he might wrestle somebody. So I'm like, how do you get rid of Brock? Because Rock ain't wrestling nobody but Roman.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's a story for nobody else.
Not that we're gonna enjoy.
Unless he helps Roman beat Brock and then Roman be like, I don't need you, and then set it up for next year.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Just have Roman do the turn on the Rock.
Yeah, they just
Rocky brings out
the
the old heel. Rock helps Brock Lesnar beat Roman. He's like, I'm the real head of the table. I run this family.
I don't think that's good. I think the Rock. What I would want is if I was booking, I would want the Rock to help him and then do like he did the Royal Rumble.
Are you trying to keep Roman? Okay, if we're doing all this, are we trying to keep Roman a heel, or are we having him go babyface?
He got to heel. I need that mob boss type thing.
Okay.
What I need is I'm the head of the table. I'm the big star. The Rock comes to help him do the exact same thing he did at the Royal Rumble, and Rumble like, you trying to upstage me?
Ooh.
And just choke him out in WrestleMania. That would go. You know the heat he would get. He choke out the Rock.
Roman got the Rock in a guillotine as the screen goes black in Saudi Arabia.
I don't think he got to be at WrestleMania because the Rock ain't
showing. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Wouldn't you want to set it up? Because that wouldn't be the match.
No, this would be the same thing they did with Cena. Have it happen a year later.
Oh, okay.
The Rock keep telling Roman I'm busy, and Roman just be mad for a whole year.
But The Rock sure sent a golden egg to Vince McMahon.
Yeah. The Rock be like, I'm busy. And the Roman just be like, you show up at the Super Bowl, you will see me again. And then the Rock just blow him off. You only
put me in one Fast and Furious movie.
But it could be a good story, like the Rock just keep blowing him off, and Roman as I'm the.
But wouldn't that make him the baby face in the end?
No. Roman can still do heel stuff. Condense.
I think Roman's just going to be the ultimate tweener.
But I just think it works if Roman the one to turn on the Rock, and then you build a story. Because the Rock can just say I'm busy because he is. Because the Rock has like 500 movies that come out a year.
That is true.
You're like, I'm filming right now.
But it's wrestling, so it can never be that straightforward.
And it fits Roman's character because, like, who are you to be too busy to acknowledge me?
Oh, very true.
And the Rock just keeps ignoring.
I like what you did there.
Yeah, like this whole story is acknowledge me. I'm the head of our family. But then the big man in the family comes. You turn on him and then he ignores you. Like, acknowledge me. I'll put money on this table and all this stuff. I'm like, it could be a year. You can actually drag it.
I just don't know how believable you can make it because The Rock's such a. I don't know. I feel like you almost have to make Rocky a heel for this story to make sense.
But I think you. It's hard to make The Rock a heel.
Because whether you like it or not, Roman's over. He could. And Vince's plan has always been for Roman to be a baby face.
I don't know how this time The Rock too big now to be like a heel. Like even when he came back and
that big, it's sort of the perfect time to be a heel.
But it's he's like being a hero in Black Adam. You can't.
No, but that's the thing. Black Adam's a villain.
But he's a tweener, kind of. He's kind of a tweener. He's not really.
No, Black Adam's done more bad than good.
But he did good too, so he can kind of be.
He be beating up a kid on a regular basis.
Well, that's called a kid becomes a grown man with super.
No, but it's still a kid.
When the kid grows to be 6'7", 300 pounds, and can
that don't change his age.
But yeah, you can do a lot of storylines. I'm interested in it. But Cody Rhodes changing over. Shane McMahon
we don't know if he's changed. We don't know if he's changed over. We just know he's not with AEW.
Yeah, he could.
So we see a debut, or we see a contract. He could just be a free agent. For real.
Yeah, from what I heard, the WWE making a huge contract offer. It's kind of interesting, but
I just, man, if he goes back to the WWE, he better put on that face paint.
By the way, before we go into the Kevin Owens Stone Cold and I show you the argument that they had, I gotta say this. Go back and look at Cody Rhodes' last promo on that ladder, and I view it completely different.
I told you, he was talking crazy.
He like, I did this. I'm like, why is he so upset? Is this like a work promo? I'm like, oh, now he leaving. Now I look at it again. Go back and look at it after you know he leaving.
If you think back, I told everyone from the beginning that promo was not character work. That was, you can tell when somebody's shooting, man.
He like, CM Punk said he did this. I actually did it.
I built the forbidden door. And now I'm leaving through it.
Yeah, and he was saying all that stuff, and I'm like, and then he announced to everybody that he's working for free. Well, not free, but on a handshake. Yeah. And I'm like, why is he randomly announcing this on AEW television?
It all makes sense now, but if this is a swerve, this is a big one.
I don't think he's over enough to do a swerve like that.
I don't think he is either. That's the thing.
Because I feel like more people might be. It's for real. Like, I think they might boo him for doing it, not because he's here.
I think he gets to WWE and still catches the boos, though. That's the thing.
I think WWE a lot nicer, though.
I don't know, man.
WWE fans are a lot nice. They might not react as much, though, but they seem to treat you.
And well, in that situation, silence can be worse than getting the boos. What if there's just no reaction to Cody Rhodes showing up?
I think he'll have a reaction. He earned a reaction.
I mean, I guess we'll see.
But it's very interesting because it could be a swerve. It could. Yeah. He could go full heel and be like, but then wouldn't he be stealing from Matt Cardona? Who was on like Matt Cardona on a run? If y'all don't know, he's on a run right now.
Yeah, but it's like GCW and NWA
But the work is amazing. I know it's not on like a major stage, but his character work right now is on a high level.
Yeah, but his character work was on a high level when he was on WWE. They just didn't want him to be over.
Well, we gotta still question, was it John Cena? Because John Cena made him do some dumb shit.
Don't forget they also put him off the stage in a wheelchair.
John Cena, that man was getting over on his own, and John Cena like, I'm burying you.
Yeah, he's like, you belong to me now.
Didn't they have like a beef too?
Yeah, I was gonna say they had a little mini feud, or are you talking about like a little backstage beef?
Yeah, I thought they had a backstage beef, and then all of a sudden got buried. I gotta look it up. Y'all can tell me in the comments though, but
yeah, that whole internet champion thing went a little too well for him.
Yeah, he was doing good. He was doing amazing.
Vince ain't letting you make yourself. What are you talking about? If Vince don't get you over, you're not really over.
All I know is he was doing amazing, and then all of a sudden John Cena got a hold of him, and I'm like, you just buried.
They say John Cena can secretly be Triple H too behind the scenes. So
I heard a lot about somebody used his move or something. He got buried later on, and
yeah. But CM Punk used to do that to people too. Think Ryback still ain't got a job because CM Punk said that dude was dangerous. I mean, he technically was dangerous.
I love that though. I love the fact that Danhausen said on this little on this YouTube video, "You're using my move." You got to pay me. And then
Yeah.
CM Punk gave him like random dollars.
Yeah.
That
Bro,
I'm still praying about it.
I'm waiting for Danhausen's in-ring debut. Danhausen could be the guy that beats Hook, in my opinion. I would love it. That's the only person I'm accepting beating Hook.
Let's be honest, TK look at him as a joke character.
Yeah, but he's over.
He kind of looked at Orange Cassidy like that too, and it made me sad. But
well, look at what Orange Cassidy beat Chris Jericho.
He did. He gave him a little run, but what TK said, TK basically said I don't get him, but the fans love.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
But TK's fan booking, remember, and if the fans love him.
Yeah, that's the problem. But we're going to talk about Kevin Owens, Stone Cold. What was your first thought when you heard it? And then after Tori give y'all his thoughts, we're going to play the tape of his argument with Monray, if you're just a fan, you know.
I'm all for it, man. Kevin Owens, one of the most underrated wrestlers, in my opinion. From his work in PWG to his work in Ring of Honor, I mean, he's good, and I feel like with Stone Cold, you gotta put him in there with somebody that's good enough to make him look good, but not so good that they overshadow Stone Cold, and we see all the little flaws of being out of the ring for so long. If he's coming back, like I said, my main fear is that we try and throw him in there with some other legend, and we get a repeat of DX versus the Brothers of Destruction in Saudi Arabia, and nobody wants that. So if we're going to bring Stone Cold back, bring him back with somebody that's good, that has a name, they're good in the ring, and they know how to play up an opponent. And I mean, of all the people to think of that it would fit with the most, outside of the established names, who better than Kevin Owens? And like I said, you got the whole history of him giving Kevin Owens the stunner, the Stone Cold stunner. I think it'd be a good match. It'd be a moment for sure. A lot of people, like I said, they don't see it, but I feel like the art's all there. And really, at the end of the day, we're going to take Stone Cold. If Stone Cold's going to come back, we're going to take him against anybody. It don't matter what your preference is. They could say Stone Cold's coming back, and the Undertaker's coming out of retirement for one match too. And
as long as they ain't together fighting each other, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't need 260 man up there.
It's really, like I said, Stone Cold coming back, he can fight whoever he wants, but I think KO's a good choice, honestly.
And it might. I don't think he'll try to squash Kevin like they did right now.
Yeah, but I also don't think they're gonna try and do like an Iron Man match, and we're not finna. I hate to tell you people this, we're not finna. He's not finna come back and give us Stone Cold versus Bret Hart again. He's too old for that.
Yo, I'm telling you this right now. It's probably gonna give y'all Rock Hogan vibes. Except I don't know if
that'd be so horrible though.
The Rock and Hogan match wasn't great,
but that's just because
it was. People gonna argue me about this, but it was so electric. Just them standing in the ring that the crowd yelled for the whole time, and they didn't do nothing but look at the crowd.
Hogan was extra racist though.
Yeah. I have never seen a crowd yell for so long in my life without two people doing nothing.
Yeah, there was no break in that pop.
Bro, they stood in the ring and stared at each other for 5 minutes, and the crowd yelled the entire time.
But that's the thing. The Rock was a good enough worker at that time to where and plus, like you said, the pure ambiance of that match, it didn't matter whether the work looked crisp and super, because that's one thing. Hulk Hogan, and people can take this however they want, I've always hated his in-ring style. He literally gets beat up and then he copies his opponent to get the heat back. Like Hulk Hogan, he was supposed to be a babyface, and like he'd get back raked in a match, and then after he hulked up, he would do the back rake to his opponent, which is a heel move, and it's just and the leg drop.
Do you remember when he was like on the floor and they had like the NW thing? It wasn't the NW. Who was it? It was in a tag match, and Macho Man they was fake selling and Macho Man put the elbow drop on Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Because the joke, I liked it. That was funny to me because the joke was that he no sells. So so Macho Man, so I'm gonna put my finish on you, and you no sell. Which is one of my favorite moments.
I also love when Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels just super sold everything, oversells out of.
I told Craig that would be on my. That's why I can't make a list, because if I'm judging off myself, that's gonna be up there because that was the funniest thing I've seen in my life.
It was amazing. Just him overselling every little thing. And I loved it so much because you could just watch as Hulk Hogan got buried, and you see it on his face. He knows. He's like, man. He's like, this is hurting.
Yo, that racist.
And Shawn just sells it all so great. Because we're used to that. At least every once in a while, he's going to do that crazy tumble over the rope. When they shoot him into the corner and he goes up on the post and it looks, but when he started doing that off of I was like, oh, he's clowning. And you watch Hulk Hogan's frustration in that match, and it is so amazing.
He threw him into the turnbuckle. He rolled on top of the turnbuckle, started rolling around the rope and started bouncing up and down.
Then hits the ground, like rolls on the floor, does a kip up back to roll into. It's amazing. If you people haven't seen that match, just go. All you got to do is Google Shawn Michaels overselling for Hulk Hogan, and it's.
That's one of the close classes. But let's get to this argument. Y'all let us know in the comment. I'm gonna let y'all get to this argument right now.
Go ahead and tell Monte to quit disrespecting KO.
Monte, for anybody that watches a fan, Monte has the most angering opinions to a lot of hardcore fan bases.
Yeah, he's a very argumentative gentleman. He's looking for the smoke, and I'm a scumbag, so I'm always there to supply.
So y'all let us know in the comments. We're gonna end it like this. We're gonna come back, of course, after, and I'm gonna give our final thoughts. We'll tell Tori Blood, but watch it. Let us know your thoughts on who won the argument. Do you agree with Monte? Or you agree with Tori? Let me know.
It don't matter about that working with them. The Rock is not in top form. The Rock versus Stone Cold could end up hurting both of their legacies instead of helping them.
But see, this is a sad fact. Steve Austin ain't gonna be in top form regardless of who you put him against.
But we don't know that because
somebody that think about with him for the match is decently
entertaining. CM Punk would have ring rest, but those years that they haven't wrestled are years that they have healed. So it's
healed. But see, Stone Cold is the difference between healing and not even touching a ring. In a better part of 10 to 20 years.
We don't know if he's touched the ring or not, though. That's the thing. We don't know. And he still looks like he's in amazing shape whenever I see him.
Looking and actually training and being in a match are two entirely different things. And I don't want to put him with somebody like I can put him with plenty of people that will work with him, and there are people of higher quality. I'm not going to put him against somebody just because they seem like they'll go to this is not a regular pay-per-view match.
All you said is Rock.
Rock, I can't even put Stone Cold with Triple H right now. It's just not going to work.
Triple H had a heart attack last year. Triple H is on his deathbed right now.
No, we ain't
God, they done sold NXT up the river. They got rid of everybody that Triple H loved.
You know who the top tier wrestlers are, right? It's
they were. We know who they were.
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, we know who they were.
Guess what I'm saying? I don't know who they are now, though. That's what I'm saying. I
don't know. Shawn Michaels ball hit.
But you gonna throw Kevin Owens at?
But like I said, I just don't want a repeat of the Brothers of Destruction versus DX because that was one of the worst matches ever. But it had four of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
I'm not doing it.
But that's what I'm saying.
I feel
you are underestimating Kevin Owens. Bro,
I'm not wasting a once in a lifetime match on
multiple independent promotions.
I promise, if I knew that Stone Cold would give me like 2 matches or something, fine, I'll give you that. Once in a lifetime, I may only get match for 1 match. I'm not wasting that on Kevin Owens. I'll be damned.
Here's me the one with Kevin
Owens. No. I'll be damned. Once in a lifetime, not Kevin Owens. If I'll get 2 matches,
who would you have it with? It's not The Rock.
You get the first one, go ahead and you knock off the ring once, whatever, then get the better one. I'll be damned. I waste once in a lifetime. Kevin Owens?
Who, nigga? Who?
Who, nigga? Who?
I be damn.
Who?
That's
a good question. Who? That's
like,
a
give
good
me,
question.
give
Is
me a
everybody
list.
eyes?
The Rock.
If you
Kevin
could-
Owens is the perfect
I love The
opponent.
Rock. The Rock would be my number one pick. Screw all that.
No, but I'm saying that's not going to happen. Vince isn't blowing both of those loads. You're going to get The Rock.
The
You're
hell
going to
he
get Stone
won't.
Cold. You're not going to get
You
them both
literally
together.
just told me they made more money now than they ever would be. You mean to tell me
Yeah,
round
but
40 man
Vince
would spend that
let's
money?
go fight Roman first.
That man would sell out.
Exactly. Thank you. Like I said at
The
the
Rock's
beginning,
only
The
coming back
Rock
for
is
Roman.
meant for Roman. The only person The Rock's going to come back and wrestle is Roman Reigns.
That's
He'll come back for Stone
That's
Cold.
the
You know he
only
would.
person.
He would come back to Stone Cold. You know he would.
No, he
You know he
wouldn't.
would.
I don't think
he
I don't know if
would.
Hollywood would
The
want
number
that
one
though.
feud in the entire business, you know he would.
There's
Stop
too
playing.
much to lose and not enough to gain in that match.
I think
No one wins.
To be honest with you,
No one wins Stone Cold versus The Rock.
I think
You got to have somebody younger to cover the fast spots, and there's nobody. There's nobody
You
who
don't
can work
need
with
nobody
Stone Cold
extremely
better
younger.
than Kevin Owens.
You don't need an extremely younger person. You do not need that.
No,
I'll even
but
take
you need
Cena before I
someone who
take
knows
him.
enough to where they need to cover for them.
I'll even take Cena before I took him. No.
Cena versus
John
Stone Cold
Cena
would go crazy.
John Cena's
I would take
amazing
Cena.
though. John Cena's an enigma
because Cena will
for
cover
being
all that
40
perfectly.
something and still that
I'll
good.
take all that. They'll talk all kinds of.
Brock Lesnar said he always wanted to match with Stone Cold.
I don't like Lesnar against him.
No.
Lesnar might literally hurt him. I don't
Brock
want that.
Lesnar, but think Brock Lesnar's the reason Stone Cold left because they wanted Stone Cold to lose to Brock Lesnar on a random
I
SmackDown.
understand that.
And
And it's sad fact
Stone
about
Cold
it,
said,
like,
"Nah, I'm going home." But
I'm too
it's fucked up to
oversaturated
think
on Brock
because he did
Lesnar right
that,
now.
and now
I need
Brock's
to
one of
say-
the biggest stars there's ever been.
Matter of fact, I get. Well, the
I'm
third
just
one, I
saying,
don't know if he's
you're
gonna work. I
underestimating
get
Kevin
three.
Owens.
I'll either take The Rock, I'll either take John Cena, or I even take AJ Styles. I'm not gonna waste him on Kevin Owens. I'll be damned.
Bro, AJ Styles versus Stone Cold would be horrible.
Like, I don't think they'll work together. What I'm saying, I would take them before I ever took Kevin Owens. I'll be damned.
You know nothing about wrestling then, because Kevin Owens' fundamentals are so good, it's not
I'm
funny.
not questioning that. I'm not questioning
This
his
is star
wrestling
power.
or the
But that's
fundamentals.
how
The
Stone
name
Cold
Kevin
wrestled.
Owens is nowhere near big enough to put in this match. I'm sorry.
It is,
It's not.
though.
He's not.
It
He's
is.
not. He's not.
It is.
He's not. He's a good superstar. He's not big enough for me to waste a once-in-a-lifetime match that people have been waiting 20 years for. I'm not going to waste that on Kevin Owens. Please.
I hope they do.
Put Randy Orton before I put Kevin Owens in that. Please.
Well, that would be an amazing match, though. That's the thing.
And you want me to
I
waste
give
it
him
on
that.
Kevin Owens.
Interesting.
You literally want me to
No,
waste
but
it on
Randy-
Kevin Owens.
You do have Randy Orton out there.
Start the show, bro.
Randy
I'm
Orton,
done. I'm done.
but I'm a Randy Orton stan, so see that don't count. And I'll admit it. I'm a
That counts. That 100% counts. Look, we didn't
that's
even think
okay.
of
That's
By the way,
the one name I would
I'm
take over
recording right
Kevin
now,
Owens.
so this is fun. We got part of our show already done. Hit that
I'm
like button, hit
done.
that
I'm
sub-
done. I'm done. I'm
Hit
done
the-
already. I'm
hit
done
the-
already.
hit that like and subscribe
I'm just
button.
saying.
I'm done already.
Kev-
There's no
Don't
way. There's no way,
underestimate
fam.
Kevin Owens.
There's
He
no way,
would put
fam.
on an amazing match.
Hey,
There
bro,
are at
hit
least
the brakes
four
real quick
superstars
when you
I'll
brought
take
up
before I
Randy
ever
Orton.
touch
Like,
Kevin
okay,
Owens.
wait,
I
hold
will be
on. I got
damned.
a good point, but hold on. Hey, I love it. I love being on the side. Hey, everybody give it up for Monray and T. Ramsey today.
Yeah, everybody. By the way,
I'm done.
let us know who you agree with. Do you agree with
I'm
Mama?
done.
yeah.
I'll be
Oh, do you
damned. I
agree
wait
with
till
Tori?
I'm
That
Kevin
was
Owens.
epic debate.
Yeah,
That was an epic
and I'm
debate.
putting this on TikTok because the wrestling community love Monte's opinion. Anime community love Monte's opinion. So
That was a good debate.
A once in a lifetime match people have been waiting for at least 20 years. And I can say at least for around 20 years because he left around like 2003, 4, something like that.
he's still going.
Almost
Let's go.
20 years. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes back for one match.
And
Kevin
I hope
Owens,
it's against
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
And I hope it's
Hey.
against Kevin Owens.
John Cena, The Rock. I'll even ignore AJ. Randy Orton. Man, get this bullshit out my face, man.
Kevin Owens is the right choice. He just
Kevin
is.
Owens is the wasted choice. You want to put on a match that people are going to forget in 1 year. A match that's good
No,
for
I
one
want to put on a match
I
people
want
that
a match
people will
that's a
like wrestling
lifetime in
will
the
remember
making.
forever.
That can sell a lifetime in the making. You want to sell
Bruh.
Backlash. I'm trying to sell WrestleMania 2 years from now. Screw all that BS, bro.
Backlash.
No.
All right,
You're
we
tripping.
y'all. We back to our regular show between me and Tori. I just want to put this in here.
Ain't no way, fam.
You're tripping.
All right, this is in the show. Tori, how you doing?
You already know it's been a fun one. The wrestling world is never short for news, and I just hope we're about to see some craziness happen. I mean, I want to know if Cody's showing up in the WWE. Landscape's looking mad crazy.
Tori, plug. What can they find you? What can they find you?
People already know it's AfroComedy765 on everything: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that jazz. It's all AfroComedy765.
My link tree is below. Merch, all that stuff. Like and subscribe. Let us know again in the comments who you agree with, Tori.
Yeah,
Tori.
Let Monte know he's disrespecting KO, and we're gonna respect his, but we still respect his casual fan opinion. But us learned scholars know that KO and Stone Cold, they can put on a masterpiece.
And it'd be a good thing for KO signing that contract, coming back, being loyal for so long to WWE.
Yeah, he deserves it, man.
And we know Vince loves loyalty, so he'll probably reward it with something special or something. We saw AJ get the Undertaker's last match.
Very true.
So
we also saw Baron Corbin get Kurt Angle's last match. Not as great, but
yo, Kurt Angle, like, I want to finish it with the guy who kind of started with me, John Cena. Like, no, Baron Corbin.
No, we got Baron Corbin for you, though.
I'm like, why not John Cena? All right, thank y'all. All my stuff in the description below. I appreciate y'all. This is just
go watch all
wrestling.
the stuff, people.
Yeah, man. So it's fun, man. We've been on here all night. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Tori, for being here, man. As always,
you already know.
We normally do this on Thursdays, but it's a lot of news coming out, and I had to get this.
I was about to say the wrestling world was not finna wait.
Yeah, so I appreciate y'all. This is Wednesday morning. I'm probably at the dentist when this come out. So wish me luck. I ain't got no cavities though, because we already did the test. And remember, keep stomping. Something amazing can happen. Peace.
Peace.